Hadi Choopan. Did he improve from last year's performance at the Mr. Olympia event? He placed second last year, 2024 event. This year, it is still up in the air. He could win this one. Samson Dauda is not what he was at last year's event. So even if Hadi Choopan brings an equal package, I think that he could actually clinch his second Sandow. Wouldn't that be exciting? I think his hair is a whole lot different. I can tell you that right away. I think he got plugs. Or I don't think they call it plugs anymore. You could definitely see this year he has some sort of hat hair. But other than that, all jokes aside, well, I'm not joking really. He did have something done to his hair. He looks more peeled last year. You can see the lines, details. You can see his delts. They look a little maybe bumpy last year. Could that be slapped on clay? Or is it that he's just more conditioned and you can see the detail a little bit better? That's just the front relaxed. Take it easy. Go to the first of the mandatory shots, the front double biceps. Yes, his midsection does appear to be a little bit trimmer last year. And I believe the announcer at the Olympia this year, he said his legs looked a little bit bigger. And I initially thought that they were a little smaller. But side by side, I don't know. He looks exactly the same. And that's a difficult thing to do, to nail your condition time and time again. Hadi Choopan may be the most consistent bodybuilder of our time. Did he ever come in off? I don't think so. The arms, the biceps, I would say they have improved just slightly. What version do I think is ultimately better? I don't think either one is better over the other. Very difficult to say. Here's the front lat spread, and I do see a couple of differences in this one. And the main difference is his delts. They are pointy, fellas. Last year they were a little bit pointier. So like I said, that could be that he is more conditioned, and ultimately, unless the lighting is that much different, I think he might be a little more conditioned last year. Looks about 3-4 pounds heavier this year. And in terms of the wheel size, yes, I think the announcer was perhaps correct. Maybe his quads are a little bit bigger this year. He's number one. You guys notice that? Both years. Number one. Kind of neat. Go to the side, turn to the side. Wow. Quite a difference here, folks. I hate to keep bringing up those delts. But you can see a big piece. In front of the close delt, you can see that last year. It's obvious. There's a little bit of a lump there. I'm no expert on that slapped on clay stuff, but I'm sure somebody in the comment section below could help us out. And look at the far delt. I sometimes say it's too square. Looks pointy. Very pointy. That, I believe, would be a sign that there's something in there. And this year, it appears to be more round. That far delt, I don't think I've ever seen it so round for Hadi Choopan. Now, in terms of the physiques, that we get past the clay that he slapped on, or whatever, that's what I call sights, slapped on clay. I would say that, for sure, I don't think anybody could even argue this. He is more peeled, he's more separated. Lower half, you can see he's more shredded last year. Of course, his wheels are bigger, so what would be the better package? He's going to be more shredded than anybody anyway. He might as well have some size. Here's the side tricep. Same result here. Lower half. I don't think it's a dispute here in this one, especially. Especially or especially. Midsection as well. More peeled. The delts, are they a little funkier? Are they Jimmy rigged last year? Not this year? Would that be the biggest difference? You know how the judges get on him about that. So, I hate to say it, but I think he might be slightly better last year, judging from the front and the side. But, it's a size thing. If he's going against fuller, more rounder, muscled up guys, then maybe he's better off having the size. Now go to the back. More conditioned last year? I don't know. I complained about one of his glutes. He did what Nasser El-Body used to do. He just flex one of his glutes and leave the other one soft. And it does appear that way. Hamstring too last year. From the back, it looks like his wheels are still bigger. I noticed they were bigger from the front, side perhaps, but they're just as shredded, I think, from the back. When I look at the lats themselves, I think he's wider this year. Is it just me? Looks like he is slightly harder and grainier as well. Good thick lower lats last year, I will say. Hey, this is one of the best lat spreads maybe in the history of bodybuilding. We take the lower half into consideration. Things of that nature. Now here is the back double. Very similar. And I maintain that his lower half, it's better this year. Look at the left quad in particular. Right quad, he is shredded last year, but it seems to be more, just looks like a stronger shot in the lower half for Hadi this year. So in my opinion, you could say that from the front, even from the side, Hadi is a little better last year, 2024. But the back shots, maybe that's where he focused more. So he could beat Derek, beat Samson, all those guys, and probably was thinking about Nick Walker as well. He doesn't have to now, but either way, this is perhaps the best back development he's ever brought. And here's the abs and thigh. Hard to pinpoint Hadi Choopan's best version because he is so consistent. Obviously, well, maybe not. It's not obvious to you folks, but I prefer this year's method of hitting this abs and thigh. It's more comparable to other gents, other blokes. I don't think it matters anyway. This abs and thigh would beat anybody's. But which one is better between last year and this year? Slightly more shredded, like just think if you're twisting a towel, getting that last little bit of moisture out of it. Say it's a little bit wet, fell into the bathtub or when you were in the shower or what have you, whatever. So you're just twisting it, just the last little bit of water out. And then last year, looks like you gave it another little extra twist. Just that much more peeled, that much more striated. And the most muscular, yes, I'm sure there's people that are just going to look at this and, what's wrong with this guy? They're the exact same. You hear the voice I gave you there, fellers? Anyway, yeah, he does look somewhat exactly the same. But take a close look at the little details. The abs are slightly tighter. Chest has more striations. Delts, maybe a little bit wonky. Use that word, wonky. Last year, all for last year. So more conditioned was he from the front, tighter, maybe 5, 6, 8 pounds lighter. I don't think he'd be 8 pounds. 8 pounds of quality muscle? That's a lot. But he's a couple of pounds heavier this year. But maybe a couple of percent drier last year. I was going to say moister this year. That's just weird. That's weird. Anyway, in my opinion, Hadi Choopan has a very good chance of winning this year's Olympia. Of course, Derek, the amount of times that he wins in close calls, probably is going to go to him. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe, folks. Have a nice one.